Hey, welcome to the Balanced FLUX podcast. I'm Tenny McLeod, and these are my takes on cultivating mental health, enhancing personal productivity, thereby living a balanced life. I hope that you'll be inspired to expand the quality of your life and in turn, empower others along the way. Expect new episodes on Sundays at 1 p.m. UTC on major podcast apps and platforms. And remember that you can always get more information on the website at balancedflux.com. So join me now and every week on this inspiring and fulfilling journey through the Balanced FLUX podcast. You've likely heard the phrase, tiny actions, huge results. But have you truly grasped its profound implications for your life? This seemingly simple concept encapsulates a transformative philosophy. The idea that incremental adjustments or actions, seemingly insignificant on their own, can accumulate over time to produce remarkable outcomes. It's not unlike the compound interest principle in finance, where small, regular investments grow exponentially over time, turning modest sums into substantial wealth. Or picture a majestic oak tree, its towering presence rooted in the humble acorn, nurtured by countless days of sunlight, rain, and the patient passage of time. Think of it as the ripple effect of your choices. Every minor decision you make, whether it's opting for a salad instead of fries, dedicating time to prepare for an exam rather than mindlessly scrolling through social media, or tidying up your desk instead of letting clutter accumulate, sends out ripples that eventually form the landscape of your well-being and success. It's not about dramatic overhauls or overnight transformations. Instead, it's akin to the meticulous brushstrokes of an artist, gradually bringing a masterpiece to life on a once blank canvas. Each stroke may seem inconsequential in isolation, but together they create a breathtaking work of art. Now you might be thinking, but how can something so small truly matter? This is a common misconception and an underestimation of the cumulative power of consistent action. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that only grand gestures or drastic measures can lead to meaningful change. However, just as a single drop of water, one by one, can eventually erode a rock, so too can your daily choices carve a path towards your desired destination, shaping your character, habits, and ultimately your destiny. Consider the person who decides to learn a new word every day. It might not seem like much, but over a year, their vocabulary will have expanded significantly, opening doors to new opportunities, deeper understanding, and more effective communication. Or the individual who commits to taking a short walk after dinner instead of succumbing to the allure of the couch. Over time, they'll not only notice improvements in their physical health, such as increased energy and stamina, but also in their mental clarity, stress levels, and overall sense of wellness. These are just a few examples of how minuscule shifts in habits, mindset, or environment can yield significant dividends across various aspects of life, from personal growth to professional success, from relationships to overall happiness. The beauty of this approach lies in its accessibility and sustainability. See, you don't need to wait for the perfect moment or have boundless motivation to get started. Instead, you can begin right now with the smallest, most manageable step. Perhaps it's drinking an extra glass of water each day to improve your hydration, practicing deep breathing for a few minutes to cultivate calmness and focus, or expressing gratitude for one thing in your life to foster a positive mindset. The key is to start small, celebrate your wins, and build momentum gradually, like a tiny stream that eventually transforms into a mighty river. Of course, embracing this philosophy is not without its challenges. You might encounter plateaus where progress seems to stall, or you might find it difficult to identify the specific changes that will have the most profound impact on your life. You may also face moments of doubt or temptation to revert to old habits. Remember, it's a journey of experimentation, adaptation, and resilience. Patience is paramount, as the fruits of your labor may not be immediately apparent. It's like planting a seed. You nurture it with care, but it takes time for it to sprout, grow, and blossom. Again, celebrate your small victories along the way. Don't be afraid to adjust your course if necessary, learning from your experiences and refining your approach. In a world that often glorifies instant gratification, quick fixes, and overnight success, the concept of tiny actions stands as a resolute and inspiring counterpoint. It invites you to realize the power of incremental progress and trust in the magnificence of the overall process. Bear in mind that even the most ambitious goals can be achieved through a series of steps, no matter how insignificant they may seem. Know that you have all the capacity to author your own story. Each mindful decision pens a new word, each consistent action crafts a meaningful sentence, and each chapter becomes a testament to your perseverance. So embrace the blank page, write with intention, and watch as your life's narrative unfolds into an extraordinary story that is uniquely yours. And that's a wrap for this week's episode of the Balanced Flux podcast. A new episode drops every Sunday at 1 p.m. UTC on major podcast apps and platforms. You can also listen to the podcast and extend your support through the website at balancedflux.com. This podcast is intended for informational and educational purposes only. Kindly seek the appropriate care and treatment from licensed professionals. Do join the community on social channels and send your messages there or via email. Either way, if this podcast sparks some form of inspiration, I'd be more than glad to hear from you. Thank you for sharing your time and mind space. Your presence and engagement truly make this journey even more fulfilling and rewarding. I'm Tenny McLeod, signing off for now, and until the next time, stay safe, best wishes, and keep striving to achieve your balanced flux.